100K level of breakthroughs. This is a topic that I want to talk about today as I keep sharing about my journey of creating $1 million level of impact. And I will explain or maybe even share how my week was and how I'm approaching this so that you keep looking at and witnessing how this journey has become, right? So, just to give you a context for anyone who just started listening to this podcast, is I have decided from the beginning as I set myself this goal of $1 million level impact for this year. I already set the goal of doing this without any pressure, without any stress, without any oh my gosh, like what happens if I don't achieve it and shame in any of those things, right? So I have always wanted to create and succeed boldest dreams without punishing myself and pressuring and any of those things without drama. So that's why I have been experiencing some of the things that I don't want to experience, but I will share more about it. But also, I will share my week of how it has been so that you can see how far it has been possible for me to keep going towards the goal and breakthroughs that I keep having as I challenge myself. So first, some update on how the goal itself is going. So I'm at, I think, close to 6% of the overall goal. In terms of goal for this month, the goal of 100K, I think I'm at about 20K, 20% of the goal. So the week that I have spent uh like reflecting, of course, I was coaching my clients and I was doing some of the marketing. I was also doing some of the sales conversation, all of this that I was doing. But also I realized that this week has been an interesting one in that sense. I worked 3 days so far. And like if I were to compile the hours of the week, I think it would come out to 3 days. And then 2 days, like Tuesday and Thursdays, I almost didn't work. And today I'm only doing this recording and I have one session, a pro bono session, and that's it. And then I'm off to enjoying my life. So that's why, on the one hand, I feel so grateful that I get to do the things that I love, and also I get to be creative. I was actually talking about recently how I'm living my vision. That's really how it feels like. And I also work a lot less than I used to as a humanitarian, but I spend a lot more time being creative or creating things, reflecting, studying my mind, studying my inner state, and that feels really good doing it. But also, I notice on the other side, some of the dramas that came up, and dramas currently this at this level look something like maybe you should be doing more, maybe you're not doing enough, kind of dramas that come up, and I call them drama because they create inside me a bit of this like noise, energetic noise that I don't like. So that's why I call this drama even though I'm not really, I don't know, doing it with anyone else or I'm not dramatizing in any sense, right? So that's why I noticed that feeling of, like some of my clients tell me about how I constantly feel like a failure, I feel behind, or I feel I'm not enough. And I think that variation of I should be doing more and I'm not doing, and I think that came up. And the way that I solved for them was, okay, what is it that I should be doing that I'm not doing, right? Getting more concrete. So that could be one way you can also solve in your life is what are the things that I should be doing or I could be doing and I'm not doing, and then understanding why. And that's really, I think, the biggest thing that I worked on is if I keep telling myself that it needs more work or it needs more effort to be getting to the outcome that you want to. I think that's really what my brain is saying. You are not doing enough because for the $1 million level impact, the effort that you need is a lot more than you are giving yourself credit. And maybe that is true, right? But I think I would like to find out for me. How that is true, meaning what are the ways that I can find that out, right? And one way to find out, obviously, is that if I actually go through the list of things that I could be doing and I start doing it. And then I decided, okay, I would like to do my all and give my all, and I love doing that, but how would that look like, right? And then I was looking at, okay, what is my going all in looks like? And then my brain kept saying that, well, going all in looks like when you are doing all of the things that you can think of and every day, all day, every day kind of thing. And I was telling myself, okay, that's not how I want to hustle and do things, right? Because that's really what I promised myself in the beginning of the year. I don't want to be creating this out of hustling and dying for it and suffering. So then I thought, okay, how do I redefine going all in? And how do I do this in a way that feels good to me and does not feel any hustly? So that was one of the things that I solved. And the other one that I think that led me to my breakthrough is I realized that in some subconscious way, I was telling myself I don't want to create this result. Even though consciously and like intentionally, that was not the case, but unconsciously, I started uncovering for myself as I coached myself and as I studied myself, I started realizing that there is this lurking belief that says, I don't want to create that result, right? These boldest results. And I ask myself, why not? Why do I not want to create it? And I think the answer keeps coming back to I'm not that type of person. And I was asking myself, okay, what does that mean? What kind of person am I? Right? And you may also have this in your journey. So you get also very curious about it. Like I was asking myself, okay, if I believe that I'm not that type of person who can just achieve her boldest dreams and who can just say, this is just my new norm now. If I'm not that type of person, then what type of person am I? And my brain was like, I don't know. You see, this is the thing about coaching that I love is that we can look at every assumption, every belief that we have about why we're just sabotaging ourselves, right? Because this was really my brain sabotaging me, obviously, in saying that, well, you are not cut out for this level of boldest dream kind of thing. And I was then telling myself, well, that's the whole purpose of me doing it is expand and grow as a human, right? Contribute in the biggest way possible to um, humanitarian's journey. And currently, I'm even thinking that I would like to support as many people as possible, not only humanitarians, right? So therefore, I started looking at, okay, I see how and why I wasn't really allowing myself to go all in and do the work, like the level of effort that might take to get to this outcome, which I totally see that. But one of the main reasons why my inner system was like putting on the brake and sabotaging me was this idea that I don't want to create these type of results because I'm not this type of person. That was blocking me or stopping me. And then I started looking at, okay, what if I don't even know what kind of person I am, meaning what I'm capable of? And what if we find out what I'm capable of to create in this world, in this lifetime, right? And then the other breakthrough that I realized, that I think I knew this somehow in the past, but I forgot about it, which was at some point my brain was like, because of this drama that I told you about, my brain was like working in the background and thinking about and all of this. And then I realized it is harder to keep trying than actually being and living that life. And I think this one is really um making me like wake up in some way to say, okay, why have I been mostly in my life trying to get the somewhere, trying to do something, trying to be successful, trying this, trying that, right? And for many people I coach, this is also a very common topic, is that either we're trying to survive in one environment or trying to survive in the job application process or trying to survive in the new job that we have gotten, right? So it's always like some version of we're trying to keep up with everything kind of a narrative, right? And I have done that for so long, and I also like at some point realized that's just too tiring and too difficult to keep trying and feeling like you are never there, you are never living the life you want to, you are never having this feeling of, oh my God, this is it. This is the best life I have, and here's how I'm living it, right? This is just how it is. It felt like we never get there. And then I wanted to experience feeling that way. And then I realized, oh, wow, keep trying is a lot harder. Keep surviving is a lot harder than actually being and living the life. And this week, I think, was the week where I have not only realized this internally and deeply, but also I started realizing how being me and living the life and doing things and not from the trying energy, but from this is how I'm doing, this is how my life is, this is how it is, and I love it. I am experiencing this more, and that's why, as I was telling you, I was sharing more about how I'm living my vision, my dreams. I'm living them now. And this is also um, coming to this new assumptions or new ways of being for me, which is whatever the desires that I have, whatever the goals that I have, they're already in my reality. And let me live it from that place, from that emotional state of I have it, it is done, this is part of my reality, rather than how can I get there? How can I try this? How can I try that kind of energy, which feels like never ending story or never getting to what you want to story. And this week has been a special week in that sense where I really understood that I haven't practiced enough. I haven't lived enough in a way where I am living it now. I am being the person now This is my life now. This is the amazing life that I have been trying to build, and here I have built, and here it is. And now I get to live it. Now I get to fully embrace it. Now I get to fully experience it versus keep trying. And that's what I have been experiencing and practicing. And it still feels like sometimes I get off the track into trying energy again. And then I notice myself, oh, that's not what I want anymore. It's one of those feelings where you've been planning and planning this vacation for a long time and you've been looking forward to it and you are like talking to other people about it, how amazing it's going to be, da 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 da. And then when you arrive at the vacation and in the initial stage, you're like, oh, finally, we're here. Finally, all the things that we wanted to experience, now is the time, right? And then after a while, you forget that. And then you start again thinking about, oh my God, now I need to go back and now I need to do this, da 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 da. And I think my brain was so much in that paradigm that it is either always getting somewhere or now we're here, now let's go to something else. But now I'm really consciously slowing myself down to say, no, no, no. I would like to experience my life, living it fully by being here and embracing it in all the shapes and forms and doing everything from this is how I'm doing, this is how it is, and everything that I desire already in my life. So let's live it. That's what more I'm practicing versus keep trying, keep getting there, keep going to this thing and that thing and feeling like never arriving where you want to. So that is my biggest breakthrough, you all, that I realized it's harder to keep trying than actually being and living. And another variation that I heard from my coach is it's harder to not believe than believe. And I think that's also a beautiful one. So that's why I'm currently in the belief, in the living, in the being, rather than going somewhere. Have a beautiful week. Thank you so much for being part of this journey. I hope my journey will be helpful for you to go through and go for your boldest dreams. See you very soon.